Hello, hello, hello. And the crowd goes wild. Guys, what's up? This is the last episode. Well, let me do my intro. Roll it back.
Hi, you have reached the Art of Memories. Please leave a message after the tone.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Monica Anthony, and welcome back to the last episode for 2025 of The Art of Memories. Dang, come a long way, come a long way. I didn't do as many episodes as I wanted to this year, but we still recorded. We still got a good bunch. I think this is like for the year, maybe like episode like 8 or 9. Almost got 10, but consistency is there. The last few months, I've been really locked in, so I'm super proud of myself. But here we are. I wasn't able to record last week as I wanted to. So many hiccups came into place, and life happens at the end of the day. I didn't want to let you guys down, but it was a hectic few 2 weeks. I want to say it was my birthday. Then I got sick, and then it was Christmas. Had so many people to see, things to do, and so now finally I feel rested. I've been at home for about a day or two, just really relax, recenter myself, working, but still being able to like kind of recenter everything and get the house back in order. It was just like it was a lot. But I'm here and I really wanted to make a point of recording before the year ended. It was super important to me. I feel like I owe it to myself, but also everyone who has been watching, all of my, I call you guys the OGs because this is just the beginning and I'm speaking this into the existence. This is just the beginning. So if you are here now, I promise you by the end of 2026, so much will have changed. We will have grown so much as a community and I cannot wait for that. And I'm speaking that to existence now. But for the time being, I want to thank everybody who has been here from the jump and just supporting the beginning of whatever this will become until it's gonna become big, like I'm saying. But let me do all the things at the end. I want to jump into the episode because it's really important. It's the last one, and I was thinking like, should I do like the second part of part two of like the miss of the after school special, or should I just tell like a story? I've been saving like a good story time I've been wanting to talk about lately, but I was like, you know what? This is called the art of memory. So why wouldn't I recap my memories of the year? So welcome to the art of memories, Monica's 2025 recap. And I'm mostly just gonna ask questions, prompts that I've come up before ahead of time. And I'll just answer them in real time. I haven't answered them yet, but it's just kind of questions to self-reflection. It's gonna be a heavy self-reflection video, and I just want you guys to kind of follow along and also ask yourselves the questions as well. It's really important for me to choose questions that you can also engage with as well. So while I'm answering, think about your answers, drop them in the comments. Like I want to hear too. I think it's really important to sit down and take, whether it's a few minutes and a few hours or a day or two, and just like really think about your year, because I know you have accomplished enough. Do not let anything slip by. Everything that you do, big or small, is super important and it contributes to who you are today. Like I and it's heavy for me because my birthday is also at the end of the year. So it's nice to look back on the year of my accomplishments, but also like as I grow older into another year, turning 25, it's like, wow, like what have I done right now? Like Monica 19, Monica 20, Monica 21-year-old Monica, what could she look back? What can I look back at now and be proud of and say like, I said I was going to do that then and I did that. And 25 is a big number. It's a very big deal. So I made sure that this birthday meant a lot. I was surrounded by my favorite people and it was really just a good day. But anyways, I'm rambling as usual, but let's get into these questions. So I just have five. Again, I don't want to make this too long, but we'll see how it goes. I'm a chatter, but let's get into it. So the first question is, what did 2025 reveal to me about my relationship with myself? And as a first question, I think that's just absolutely phenomenal. I think it, again, this is a really good self reflection question. Like, what did it reveal something about me and my personal relationship internally with myself? And I think it's just easy to say, like, oh, actually, it's not, because I think I've always known this. A lot of these questions might reveal a lot of stuff that I've always known, but it just took me a little bit to get there. But they say 25, your frontal lobe develops. So I think I've been developed for a little bit now. But I think this year really revealed to me about the relationship with myself, that I get shit done, and I can say proudly, wholeheartedly, that I get shit down and I hold myself accountable. And when I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do something. And I'll try to give examples with these things, but there's just a lot of stuff this year. For example, like the whole, I've always worked out. I've always, whether it was at home or doing some DIY, whatever. But this year I made it a case to go to the gym. I was like, I want to go to the gym. I want to switch things. And it was just like a matter of like a day. I remember just being at home and I was like, I'm sick of working out at home. I was at my apartment. I was just like cycling, doing home workouts, whatever. And just one day I was like, I'm tired of this. Let's change it up. Bro, looked into getting a gym pass membership. Boom, done it then. And since that day, I can say that like I've been consistent. It wasn't like I got a gym membership, I forgot about it. And yes, it hasn't been like too long. A year's not like long enough to say like, oh yeah, like I'm not no gym rat. I go to the gym for myself. It makes me feel good. I want to feel strong. I want to feel agile. I hate that feeling of feeling like heavy and like weak. I just want to feel good. It's really good for my mental health as well. And overall, like just health in period. Like health period, the gym has helped me. But nonetheless, when I said I was gonna do that, and I did it, and I got that shit done. I've been getting shit done. And a mantra that I've been following for myself the last few, like, since, I don't know, I think that was March when I said I was gonna start going to the gym. I show up for myself. I don't show up for anybody else. And a key thing here is I don't show up for social media. I don't show up to show off to other people. I'm not posting pictures anywhere. I don't show up for the gram. I show up for myself. I go there. I sweat until I've sweat my eyes. The salt is burning me dead. Like, bro, when I sweat, I sweat. And I show up for myself and I leave. And that's something that's helped me show up day and night consistently, is that I always told myself, like, whenever I wasn't feeling it, I was like, bro, you can show up for yourself today for at least an hour. And like that would get me just like that. It's very quick and it's very small. There's no like contemplating whatever. It's I can show up. If I could sit here and watch 3 hours of TV, I can get up and show up for myself for 1 hour. And I would do it. Of course, like this is like 90% of the time. You're gonna have those days where it's like for example, I hadn't worked out in the last 2 weeks because life, it gets busy. I was sick, whatever. Like, but when I could, I showed up. And just overall, I showed up for myself in a lot of, I don't want to spoil any other questions, but I showed up for myself in other ways where I really tapped into my hobbies. For example, this, like, I can set aside 2 hours a day, sit down, record, edit, whatever. I can show up for myself because this is for my own well-being. There's a lot of stuff this year. So I can't think about everything off the top of my head right now, but that I said, little things. I was going to get up and I was going to do it, and I did it. And if I was going to show up for someone, I was going to show up for someone. If I needed to go pick something up, if I needed to go fix my car, like I was getting shit done. And a lot of that had to come with, this is personal, but not personal, but it's art of memories. We're always sharing. But one of the things that really helped me with is at the beginning of every week, I've been doing this for the past few months now, is I would write down and take this as you will. You can also use this. I would write down my priorities for the week. So I have my notebook, like journaling diary, that type of stuff. I got into it during a dark time this year when I was going through a lot of stuff with work. And I was really down bad and I felt like I was spiraling and I just needed something to like center myself again. And so anyways, I started writing my priorities for the week. And that really, really helped me show up for myself. I write the date, I'd write the title, priorities for the week, and I would set, it wouldn't even be in order. It would just be like a list, a point form list of priorities that I thought were important to me for the week. And it would be like, make sure to shoot a podcast episode, make sure to take 2 TikToks and post them, make sure to work on the other few projects that I have, make sure to go to the gym 3 times a week, make sure to I like the small things. Make sure to like meal prep. Make sure to, and even like go pick up that thing from the mall. Make sure to go drop this off at mom and dad's. Like just small things, but it really kept me centered. And at the end of the week, I felt so accomplished because I was like, bro, I got shit done. And again, not every week everything was gonna be crossed off depending on how lengthy it was, but it overall, I'm just trying to say that like this year I can really say that I stepped up for myself and me only, and I hope it reflected in my relationships in my life, and I hope other people recognize that as well. But if they didn't, I don't care, because of the day I do things for myself, not for other people. But I just hope that my efforts showed out for the people in my life is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that's to answer the question, what did 2025 reveal to me about my relationship with myself, with myself, and it revealed that I can get shit done. That is my answer for that. Let me know what your answer is for that question. But I proved it to myself. I always thought I always knew that I could, but this year we did it. Second question, what truth did I spend most of this year avoiding, and how am I finally facing it? Oh, bro, that's a good question. I act like I didn't even pick these questions. That's a good question. That's a really good question. I have a clear answer for this. And the truth that I've been avoiding this year is I've always acted like I didn't know what was for me. Okay, maybe it's not a simpler answer, but I'll get into it. But I've always questioned myself, like, what is my purpose and what is my calling? I've asked myself this for years. And just like, not really, like mostly by myself or with conversations with my man, but we sit down and I have these conversations with myself, and I always say, like, what is my purpose? What is my calling? Like, what is it? And I give the example of some people born and raised, and I use him as an example. He always knew he wanted to be an engineer. Like, from a kid, always working towards that. It's the same people who always know they wanted to be a doctor. They always knew that they wanted to be a lawyer. They always knew that they wanted to help people and be in social work. Like, people like that, I'm like, I almost took, what is the word I'm looking for? Like, I was jealous of them because I was like, you know what you're supposed to be in this life. You know what you're working towards. Same as all of my friends who were teachers. It's a really good example as well. A lot of my friends always knew that they wanted to be teachers. Some of them came to that like later in life or when they were older, but some like from a young age, is my point, is from a young age, a lot of these people knew what they wanted to do. So working towards that in their youth and in teenagers, like they're working towards that. But for people like me, I always knew like my interests, but I never could tell you like, what's that? I don't even know. Like, I want to be a podcaster. Well, at that time, even when I was growing up, that was really a thing. Or I want to be a social media manager. I want to be a marketing field. I've always said some things. Like, I've always said one day, and I still could. I'm in a different direction now, but if I were to be in marketing, like I always said that I was going to make a Super Bowl commercial. I've said that for the longest time. Yes, a lot of people closest in my life, I've always said that one day I'll make a Super Bowl commercial. But now I'm like, yes, no, but like that's not like my end goal right now. Like, I feel like it's shifted. So I say this because it's hard for me. It was hard for me to pinpoint like the truth of like what I really wanted to be and do. I was always avoiding what I wanted to do. I always knew it in the back of my head, but it was just like working towards that and not really sure if it was the right thing. And it's also hard because I have a job, but it's in a completely different field than what I'm passionate about. And that is key there. I always knew what I was passionate about, but it was always just like something that I was like, I could do that, but like, I don't know, I'm scared and this, that, whatever. But like this year, I finally have stopped avoiding the truth, and I know that I'm a creative. I won't say not even like an influencer vibe or whatever, but like I know for a fact that I'm a creative. Sitting right here in front of you. Like, I know for a fact this is part of my path. I don't know this is the only thing that is gonna help me be successful in the future, but this is what I'm passionate about. And I could tell you that for a fact right now, but dead ass, like Monica 6 months ago could not tell you this. I might like tinker around it a little bit, and like people would tell me like, hey girl, like you're good at that, like keep making videos, I love watching it. Like I would hear that all the time, like, bro, I love that post you made, or whatever. I've been hearing that for years, but it was always just like, yeah, like I like it, but I don't know, like I need it. The focus was always just like job. And I think that was also something that helped me shift my focus this year, is I was always focused on like what my future job would be, and struggling with the fact that what I'm in right now is not where I want to be, not even close. So in my head, it was like, oh, well, like if I don't have the job that I want, then I'm not going to get to where I want to be. But I've settled with the fact that it doesn't need to be my job for what I see for my future. It could be what I'm doing right now, my hobbies. And I think that's like what really catapulted my work ethic, working on this project. And then I have like my 2 other secret projects that I'm still working on. But I've been I hunkered down the last few months and really, even like my own personal like TikTok page, like Mind Creative, like between all 4 of those facets that I've been working on, like I know that is what I'm meant to do. And they're all somewhat in the same genre. So I think that's why it makes it feel more like, yes, I'm in the right direction, because they all have similarities in a way of, again, like being a creative and working with people who have the same thought process and just like being myself. I always knew I wanted to do something that involved me just being myself, because I'm special. And that's like so cocky to say, but I like, when you just, I have something and I need to tap into it. And so anyways, that is the truth that I've been avoiding for this year. And the truth is that like I am a creative. I know that for a fact, through and through. That's who I am deep down. I am meant to do this. This is my calling. This is my passion. And as small as it is right now, I have such big plans. I know it'll work. And being sure is something that I also take from my partner as well, is that like being so sure about your success is key to this life. It will happen. It will happen. And having that extra motivation is also like really nice as well. And it's beautiful because it's like, oh, well, like other people believe in you as well. So as much as I believe in my passion, other people believe in it as well. And even if other people don't, it'll work. I know it'll work. This will work. You guys don't even know. Like the dreams I have for this thing, it'll pick up. So anyways, I have settled with the fact that I won't be working my job forever, even though it's very painful. I won't get into that now, but it's painful. It's not what I want to do. I feel like it's almost, it almost like stops me from being who I am. And I think that's why I dislike it so much, because it's like it, in no aspect does it help what I'm trying to achieve. And it almost just like, I don't know, it stops me from being me. And I don't want to be in any place or in any environment with any people that stop me from being with me. Like I don't want to be anywhere that doesn't allow me to be who I am or exude the personality that God has given me. So that is my answer to that. And I hope it resonates with you as well. And ask the question, I'm going to ask it again. What truth did you spend most of this year avoiding? And how are you finally facing it? And the truth is, like I said, I'm a creative. That's the truth of it. Deep down, I know that's who I am. And let me know how you answer that question. But yeah, that was a really good answer. I hope that made sense. But in my head, it made sense. Let me check if this is recording. Yeah, it's still recording. Okay, well, we can move on to the next question. Let me get some water, actually. Next question. What did I learn about asking for help? It's a very basic question, but actually, for me and my 2025 recap, it means a lot. Asking for help means a lot because I've always been scared. In school, I was always scared to ask for help. I was always scared to be pointed as just not smart or not knowing what's going on. I get confused very easily. I need clarification. I'm a very hands-on type of learner. Like if someone says something or like, oh, you like I can't, I need to see it. I need you to do it. I can't just like words go right through my head. But anyway, so asking for help was always a struggle. But this year, asking for help means a lot because when I asked for help this year, it completely changed the trajectory of where I wanted to go. And it boosted me so much this year simply by asking for help. And I'll give an example. I have 3 examples. Let me run through them quick. Asking for help. First time I asked for help was I was at a work event, and someone who was there was a man. He was emceeing. Sorry, that was the word I was looking for. He was emceeing the event. It was a work thing, and he mentioned that he was working at a certain place, and that place, I was like, bro, I love to work there. I'm always looking for work, and I again like finding. I know what my hobbies are, like I explained the last question, but my 9 to 5, I'm trying to fix that and like be somewhere where, like I said, I want to be in an environment where I can be myself, and being myself is like kind of like involved in the job. Anyways, he worked somewhere where I wanted to work. So I made sure before leaving that place, there's so many people, like hundreds. And before leaving there, I was like, I'm going to speak to him. He does not know who I am, and I'm going to speak to him. And I gained the courage. He was talking to a bunch of people, mingling. It's like a networking thing. And I went up to him and I said, excuse me. I introduced myself. I gave him my whole spiel. I was like, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is what I'm passionate about. Is there any way that you can help me? And he was basically like, yeah. And from that, like, I don't even know why that makes me like kind of like ooh, a little emotional. But just because like that moment of me asking for help and like it's not asking for help, but in a sense it is. But for me, like asking for his assistance and like trying to change stuff for myself, like I'm taking charge, and me asking for help is an example of me taking charge of my life and like trying to make change. So anyways, long story short, he put me in touch with different people. I attended an event he invited me for. I met other people there, and through all of that networking, I was landed on the project that I'm working now. God, I wish I could talk about it more, but soon, in the next few weeks I can. But it landed on the project that I'm working on now, and it's so big for me. And it's like on a grand scheme, again, I won't even dumb it down. It's a big deal for me. Like truly from like what I'm doing and who I am, and like in this like realm of the city, like I'm a nobody in that sense. Like I don't really do like I can't go out and people be like, I recognize you from that. You know what I mean? But for me to get this opportunity is a big deal for me. I am so grateful. You guys don't understand. I cannot wait to share it with you. But and I worked very hard on it. And that was like August. I've been working on this project since August, and now December, January, it's finally coming like to fruition, and by February it'll be like complete. And I can't wait. I cannot wait to share it with everybody. But asking for help, if I had not asked him to like help me or like put me in touch of, people he knows in his network, I would have never gotten that. So, or maybe later, or maybe way later, but I wouldn't have gotten it at the time that I did. So anyways, I'm grateful for that. And then there was a time where I was at my house, and my dad had invited these people over, and this guy, again, worked for somewhere that I was interested in working in. And I feel like this is like a theme this year for me. Like I've really taken the time to invest in myself, and anytime I find an opportunity to speak to someone who will understand or I think has a network that could help me, I made sure to do it. So anyways, he's in my own house, so it makes it a bit easier. But yeah, he's in my house, and I've never met this man before, and I took the time. I was like, hey, before you leave, I just want to like some time to talk to you. And he was like, yeah, of course. And we sat down, and he gave me such great advice about my podcast and how can I expand the ways that things that I could change to make it better. How can I engage audiences? He has like 20 plus years of experience in that industry, in this type of industry, and like public speaking, podcasts and stuff. So like speaking to him, again, like I went home, and stuff like that stays with me. I don't just like chat to people for the sake of chatting. Like if I ask you something, it's because like I'm sincerely interested, and I think it's gonna help me in the future. And at the end of the day, I gotta look out for myself. So talking to him like changed my perspective on so many things. That was such a helpful conversation. And again, it's like these people don't know me. Both of those people I just spoke of, like I met them for the first time. They don't owe me anything, but they've really, really like their 2 cents. I can't thank them enough. So again, asking for help. And the last point, when I asked for help, was for my other secret project. I needed to find how do I say this without spoiling? I needed to find someone to help me, long story short. And I had this connection to this girl that I've worked with in the past, again, connections. And I hadn't spoken to her in years, like probably like 3 years. And I knew I follow her on socials and I see like who she's connected to. And I knew she'd be the first person that'd be able to help me. So I just reached out willy-nilly. It wasn't even text. I sent a voice memo on Instagram. And I was like, hey girl, things like I'm working on this project. I'm really looking for this type of person. Do you have any suggestions on who I can reach out to? And like, I hope you're doing well, whatever. But it was really just like a spur of the moment, like, I need your help. And her response was, again, like, didn't need to help me, but helped me so much. And anyways, it ended up working out. And her suggestion, like, I took her suggestion. I found someone that I like. Anyways, I found someone from her suggestion. So I'm trying to say, and it really worked out. Like when like puzzle pieces were just like, they were fitting, everything worked out. So anyways, yeah. And so that was, again, another example of me asking for help. Like I was like, hey, we haven't spoken, but I need your help. I need you to connect me to something. And she did. And I couldn't have been more happy with that. Truly, truly, truly. So anyways, that's that question. So what did I learn about asking for help? I learned that asking for help can only I learned that asking for help, there's no harm. I'll say that. I won't say like there's only positive that'll come from it, because there could be negatives. It could go crash and burn. But it does no harm. It really doesn't. The worst a person could say is, hey, sorry, I can't help you. Or hey, sorry. Yeah, basically, yeah. Hey, sorry, I can't help you. That's the worst that could happen. So in my head, taking those 3 opportunities to ask for assistance or ask for opinions or advice or whatever, I'm 3 for 3. It helped me out so much. So I'm just so blessed. I'm truly, truly blessed for all the help that I asked this year. And it's really helped me in my endeavors, and hopefully this could be a real career. 4th question. I don't know how much time it has been, but I'm gonna ask the 4th question. What lesson took the longest to sink in? It's a good question. It's a good question. It's a good question. It's a good question. Oh, I have it. People will do something that you've been planning to do if you don't take action. Your idea will happen one way or another, because we're how many people on this earth, if you do not take action. And that really, again, resonates with me this year, because I've had that happen to me in the past. Back in like 2023, I had an idea to do a bowling alley. No, a skating rink, my bad. I had an idea to do a skating rink. And I had the whole planned out. I was looking at locations. I had a whole document of like how I would run this skating rink, because Ottawa hadn't had one yet at this time. Keep that in mind. Ottawa hadn't had that yet, so maybe this was like 2021. And I was really planning it. I was looking at locations online. Like I had a whole plan. Like truly, if I had just pulled the trigger and had reached out to someone and like went to go look at like spaces and got like real quotes and stuff from people, if I actually took action, like I said, it would have happened. And hopefully it would have been a success in Ottawa. Like this was a real idea I had. But silly me, I get too scared and I just thought, oh, it wouldn't work. What makes me think that like it would work for me? And I didn't do it. And then the following year, like a year or whenever the skate rink opened up in Ottawa, it opened up. And someone didn't take my idea because they didn't know I had it, but someone did it before me. They took action before me. And I mean, no hate to them, but I think my idea would have been better. I still could do it. I still could, but like two in one city. The city's not that big, rivalry, like, anyways. But it's just like I was devastated when I found out, even though like I had no right to be because I didn't do it, but I was devastated to find out that someone else did it, because I was like, it just confirmed, that I was onto something. And what I was thinking of, again, like, could have been like success, because clearly there was a need for it, because a year and a half later someone else did it, but it wasn't me. So anyways, it's just like, that is something that really resonates with me, and it's a lesson that took me, it like, then at that point I was like, nah, bro, this won't happen again. I will not let, because I come up with some good things sometimes. I just let it sit out. Most people do that, especially a lot of creatives. You know, you come up with stuff, but it's like, I don't know if it'll work. I don't know if I have the tools or the people or the equipment. Doesn't matter. Try it. Reach out to people. Ask for help. Like I just, like, try it, because I promise you someone else is thinking it and they might do it better than you, or it might do it over than you and might do it better, and whatever you were thinking could have been a success, could have been a passion, could have been something that, even if it started small, or even if it crashed and burned, like a restaurant you've been thinking of, a restaurant idea, go and try it, god damn it. Go and try it, go open it. And if the restaurant doesn't work in 3 years, you tried it. Rather than you sitting at home and you see someone else fulfilling your dreams. Don't let anybody else take action to fulfill your dreams before you do. You take action first. You do it. And I'm telling you that right now. That's a hard lesson I had to learn. And that's why I made sure to make a point of being consistent with my podcast this year. Because I was like, ain't no way someone else is going to come out with a podcast similar to the same idea as mine, of like, you know, recounting memories and helping them, like teaching lessons and, you know, opinions, giving advice. No one's gonna do that better than me, let me tell you that. And if someone else did it, I would have been pissed. And someone still might, but they won't do it better than me. And you have to stand 10 toes on that, let me tell you. They won't do it better than me. So that is why I've been very, very like out there pushing. I'm still trying to be consistent. I am human at the end of the day. I also have a job, life. But this is my thing. This is my baby. This is my passion, and I won't let anyone else do that over me. So that's a hard lesson that I learned this year, is that, yeah, if you don't take action, somebody else will. And please don't forget that. I hope you don't forget any of these things that I'm talking about, because I just want the best for everyone here. Anyone watching this, all my viewers, I want the best for you. So if you're passionate about something, please, 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 just try to fulfill it. So yeah, that's that question. That was a good question. I hope you answered it too. Last one. I didn't think we get through 5, but I've been very concise about my responses. So, if this year you could leave with one lesson to carry forward, what would it be? Also another good question. One lesson to carry forward for the next year. I mean, that's kind of the same as the last question, no? Basically. I can still answer that though. One thing I can say is that what is meant for me will be. That is one lesson I can carry forward. And this year taught me that a lot as well. What is meant for me will be. All of those job applications that I applied for that I did not get wasn't meant to be. All of those opportunities, all of those events, all of the, like, what it meant for me will be. I will cross, like, people who I was supposed to cross paths with, or should have, or will, what is meant for me will be. And I think it's so, that is like such a lesson that is so hard, and it hurts, because when you put time and effort into something, like you go to pass like a test, like a really big, like say you're going for your, what is that called? People go for the law test. You're taking the NCLEX. For example, for nurses, you might not pass the last time, but maybe you weren't supposed to be the nurse that time. Try again, maybe you might not pass. The third time, you're supposed to be a nurse then. And it hurts, but I'm telling you, there's a bigger, broader perspective when it comes to those things. And I think it's hard to sit with that, because it's like, what am I doing wrong? Your first response is always to blame yourself. What did I do wrong? What am I not doing good enough? Why didn't I get this? It's timing. And it's bigger than that. Like, what will be, it's timing. The timing in this life, I won't say God's timing, because not everybody believes in higher power, whatever, religious. So I'll just say timing in general. When it's your time, it's your time. And it hurts because it's out of your control. You cannot control it no matter how many times you go for that G test, no matter how many times, like, it will be your time. And there's a bigger picture to it. It might be annoying. You might have to pay again, go again, try again, post again, take the test again. Don't matter. You're going to graduate. Whether you failed that class, you will graduate. It's timing. Maybe you weren't supposed to graduate then. Because maybe either way, maybe you didn't graduate 2022 because you failed the course. You have to graduate spring of 2023. Well, maybe if you graduated a year early, you wouldn't have gotten a job. You would have waited that whole year, would have been jobless. But now since you failed that course, went back to school and graduated the year after, you got a job a month later. Shit like that. But it's freaking annoying. I'm sorry. It's freaking annoying in the moment because it's like, I want to get this over with. And why is this happening to me? But I'm telling you, there's a bigger purpose. And so that is one. That is how I would answer that question. Something I carry forward. Yeah, it's timing. Everything is timing. And it's an all in divine timing. It'll happen when it happens. It's out of my control. I try my best, but if it don't happen, it don't happen. But, and another thing that I'll carry forward this year is I crave success. I really do. I crave success, and I really have to remind myself that, like, if I work hard now, it will pay off later. When I'm young now, we have energy, young, sprung, like, not that, like, 19 young sprung, we're like, bro, go to bed at 3, get up first shift at 8. That's a little touchy. But, like, in the fact that, like, I have the energy to work on hobbies, go to the gym, go out, keep a social life. Like, if you work now, keep your money up, invest, like, just well-rounded, keep your shit together now. It'll only do good for you later. I promise that. And if I carry my crave for success forward, I'll be unstoppable. I'll be unstoppable. And again, this might sound like, oh, Monica talks a big game, Monica's cocky. Step your game up. What are you sitting around for? Bro, I'm gonna be good. I got faith. We gonna be good. My community, my people, everybody who I love, we will be good. I have no doubt. But that is just something that I'll carry forward. And again, like, it's great to have people in my life who also have the same philosophy, because it's like, well, it's greatness. At the end, it's greatness, and that's the only thing that'll happen. But yeah, it's a hard lesson to learn, but it's been ingrained in me. But yeah, those are the 5 questions. I really hope you guys answered them all. But yeah, the last one is, if you could leave with one lesson to carry forward, what would it be? So please answer any of these. Let me know, or just like tell me something in the comments about your year, something that you're proud of, something that you're like, I accomplished it, or maybe something that you'll continue to work on in the next year. Because again, the year, it don't really matter to me. There's no such thing as a New Year resolution. You can start right now, the day before New Year's. Today is December 30th. You can start the day before. It don't matter the day. It's like, don't let a new number to 5 to 6 change your mentality. Pourquoi? Because now you're a day behind. Because you already thought it a week ahead, but now you're just a week behind when you thought about it a week before. You could change yourself right now. That's all I'm going to say for that. But I do have some special shout outs for memories of this year that I do want to just say. I mean, like, stuff that I did that made me happy. So I'm gonna say them. First, dropping my first episode of TAFM, like, of course, at the beginning of this year. That's just legendary. And looking back at that now, it was my 2024 recap, but it was a legendary episode, and that really got the ball rolling, even though I haven't dropped too much since then. But I think, like, a really big accomplishment for me was, like, also creating my Instagram page for the pod. I've always been afraid. That's a whole other thing, bro. I ain't got that much time, but, like, social media scares me. It really does. As much as, like, I put myself out there, and as much as, like, content that I do, and I'm slowly getting there. I'm not, like, a daily contenter, but I try to, be consistent in some type of capacity. But social media scares me. It really does. It can make or break someone, and putting yourself out there, you're subjected to comments, and just, like, people are cruel. This world is cruel. Social media, like, society has become a very scary place, especially online. So it is scary, but I try to not let that prevent me from doing what I love. Like I said, I've decided that I'm a creative, and I know that deep down. So I won't let it stop me, but just know that like I'm not fearless, and I'm not like, oh well, nothing can hurt me. I got feelings too. I'm very sensitive, but if this is my calling, which it is, I'm gonna have to do it, and we're gonna persevere. But that's just my sentiment on that. But that's one memory. Surviving my apartment. Bro, if you know, you know. The things that went on there, again, I can't get into that. I'm running out of time, but I survived. I survived my apartment. That was probably, it was honestly one of the best years ever. Like for me, like personally, for my development and like who I am as a person, I needed that year. And I'm so happy I did. But that place, like the apartment itself, almost took me out. Almost took me out. Good riddance to that place, who was ever there. God bless you. And yeah, I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't go back. And I'm thankful I'm not there. I'm thankful I'm in a new, beautiful home. But yeah, no, I wouldn't do that again. But yeah, I survived my apartment this year, so that was great. Moved out in August. Japan, my trip to Japan, like elite. I have a story time for that, so in the new year I'm gonna do that. But I just feel like I didn't cover enough. I didn't cover anything at all, to be honest. But yeah, I have some stuff to talk about that trip. So my trip to Japan, I'm going back. We're going back. Visiting my brother in Toronto. This is like kind of, it's not random, but like, I don't know. It was just like, it was really good quality. I'm all for family, and it was really good sibling time. And so all of us being together just, it really sits in my heart. I got to see like a glimpse of like what he does with his life while he was living in Toronto for the summer. And it was just like, you know, when you all get older with your siblings, you'll understand later if you siblings are a bit younger now. But when you get older, like, that shit's cool. Like, you got embedded best friends forever. Like, anyways, Chris Brown concert, that says it for itself. That was my third time seeing him, and I will never get sick. My trip to Paris, bro, 4 days in Paris, boom, like crazy, sleep deprived. I couldn't tell you what time it was, but that was probably one of the best trips, sporadic trips I've ever taken. Was barely planned, bought the ticket, packed a carry-on, went across the world. Like, it was a great trip. Beautiful weather. I have nothing to complain about. And lastly, my birthday. And I don't know why, but my birthday, you know, it almost skips a year. Like, good birthday, bad birthday, good. This year was a very good birthday. I mean, last year was a good birthday too, I remember. Yeah, it was a good birthday. But 25, I think it's just because I made like such a point of it being special. And it really was. Everyone, all my loved ones, my family, my friends, thank you so much for making that day like so special. My birthday was a great day from start to finish. From the minute I woke up, to having breakfast with my man, to going to my parents' house, having the best lunch ever, my favorite food, Korean, to having all of my great friends over, all of my favorite people in one place. Like, it was a magical day. And I couldn't thank everyone enough for attending and showing up. But yeah, my birthday was like 10 for 10s this year. And I'm blessed. This year I've been blessed. I hope you've been blessed too. I'm very happy with how things turned out. I'm healthy. The people around me are healthy. I'm leveling up every year and only just wishing the best for everyone around me in my circle, my community. So yeah, this is the end of that episode. Let me cut it now because I got stuff to do. This has been The Art of Memories. Thank you so much if you watched this whole episode. Thank you so much if you watched anything from this year. I appreciate it. You guys are a real one. Catch me again on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, however you get your socials. And yeah, I'll see you in the new year. And very soon. Like, I'm going to record in the next like 2 to 3 weeks. So we're not going far, but this is the last one for 2025. I hope you had a great year. Please reflect on all the questions that I asked today. And I wish you nothing but the best. That is it. That's a wrap. TAFM loves you so much. Till next time.